Rita's Room. I'm Rita, and this is my room, your spiritual electronic salon, where we do the work of staying awake using affirmations, guided meditation, and breathing in that we are enough. This is the Defining series, and this is the third week. We're working with certainty, and we are looking at being more confident, more sure, more destined, knowing it's going to happen, inevitable, bound to come, seeing with love and tenderness, moving through all of that which is about love and approval, and clearly seeing that we are safe right here and right now. So we look forward to every moment with enthusiasm as we begin this week with this week's affirmations. I see with love and tenderness. I love and approve of myself right now. I clearly see that I am safe in the here and now. I look forward to every moment with enthusiasm. That was interesting because as I was saying those affirmations, I became less and less enthusiastic. And so it was kind of interesting that the last one was about speaking with more enthusiasm, experiencing more enthusiasm. So this is something I got to work on here. So that's very, very exciting because what is enthusiasm? Why do we need to have enthusiasm in our experience of living in the moment, being all that we can be, creating peace on this planet in our lifetime, coming from unconditional love without motive or attachment for the divine good of all. That's what we do here every week in Rita's Room. So this is Rita's Room. This is your spiritual electronic salon. I'm here on TVC TV. We're here in Beaverton and in the Greater Portland area, and we also are on the internet. And all of these shows go up on my website so that you can participate in these workshops. And this is the Defining series. We're defining that who we are and how we can make a difference. Because we want to be certain, we want to feel that sense of certainty. We want to, we're going to also clear the confusion. That's what this week's meditation is about clearing the confusion that does not allow us to feel that certainty. So, are you working with these affirmations? Ask yourself as you work with these affirmations if these are true for you. And wherever you feel a sense of not being true, that's where you do some work of, well, why don't I believe that? And what do I believe instead, so that you can do the release work and then you can embrace that which serves you in loving yourself. Because that's what we're here for, remember? We're here to love ourselves, we're here to have fun. That's what you're here to do. So if you're not feeling good, and if you're not having a good time, if you're not feeling fun in life, if you're not experiencing happiness, then you ask yourself what you think, feel, and believe that allows the experience that you are having, which does not feel like fun or happiness. All right, so what I like to do every week, and we're going to do it right now, is breathing, and we're going to do our breathing of Hatha. So let's do Hatha. Inhale deeply now. I have enough. Exhale fully. I am enough. Inhale deeply. I do enough. Exhale fully. I achieve enough. Inhale deeply. I have enough. Exhale fully. I am enough. Inhale deeply. I do enough. Exhale fully. I achieve enough. And one more time. Exhale, inhale fully. I have enough. Exhale fully. I am enough. Inhale deeply. I do enough. Exhale fully. I achieve enough. All right, that was Hatta. I love Hatta. Hatta is about being enough. You are enough. Enough is enough, and you are enough. And that's the truth about who you are, so you can be sure about that. We're working with certainty. You know, what is certainty? Certainty is sureness, a sense of sureness, knowing. I know. You know, that's what it's about. And this is going to be clearing the confusion in our meditation this week. We're going to be working with clearing the confusion that is not allowing a sense of certainty, because it's very important as we're moving through this shift, as we're going through this time of change, this time of evolution, this time of choice where we're making powerful choices to create peace on this planet in our lifetime. We're doing that beginning at home, right here, in your heart, in your sense of self. That's what you want to define. We're defining, this is the defining series, a sense of certainty, because with that sense of certainty comes a sense of peace. So now take a deep breath. As we're going to go into this meditation, I want you to just feel really relaxed. Let yourself open up to just move through, listen to the sound of my voice as we go on our journey. So just relax. Take a deep breath and relax. I'm counting down from 5 to 1. 5, 4, going deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed, and 3, making your way through each passage, moving forward one step at a time, and 2, 2, and 1. Moving ahead in each passage, one step at a time, finding your way, finding your way, finding your way. And you're in a deep, deep, altered state of consciousness, and your whole body feels so relaxed as we move through this lifetime, and we move through the next, and we move through the next, and you're floating, and the clouds above are so fluffy, and you're floating, and you're getting higher off of the ground and further away from the planet, and you're moving higher and higher and higher, and you feel yourself landing very gently on a big, big fluffy cloud. And from the vantage point of this fluffy cloud, you can look down at the planet, and you can see all of those interesting, confusing, all the bewilderments of your lifetimes. Each lifetime kind of merging into one. All of the bewilderments of these lifetimes. Why are you looking at the confusion? Why are you looking at the disorganization? Why are you looking at the attitudes of stress, the attitude of being very confused and very bewildered? This is some aspect of yourself that's been struggling to come through lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. This aspect of yourself is struggling to come through. It's a passage you have not completed. It's a passage you have not completed in the realm of the higher self, in the realm of that beyond the higher self. As you have evolved, as you move through consciousness after consciousness after consciousness, this particular moment is the moment for you to make the choice and the decision that you will evolve, and that you will be in the realm of that which is your higher self, and you will move above it. You will move above it with such clarity, with such understanding, with such awareness. There is so much more than the physical. There is so much more than the physical.
meeting you eye to eye, third eye to third eye in front of you is your guidance. You see an old man. You see an old crone. You see that one of wisdom that's here to meet you, to take you through this passage. This passage is yours right now. You are here to take this passage into a new being, into who you are asking so much to be. That glue that's keeping you stuck, that glue that's keeping you stuck is going to be washed away as you enter into the realm of water. Into the realm of water, into the realm of water as you walk through this waterfall, as you walk through this waterfall and see in front of you the crone, the old man, open armed, holding out their hands, walking backwards so that you can walk forward, pulling you very gently into the waterfall. And just before you reach the very edge, just before you enter, as you can see this guide behind you, as you can see this guide under the veil of the waterfall, as you can see your guide under the veil of the waterfall, and just the very tips of their hands out there holding yours very gently. You stop, because here's where the bewilderment began. Here is where the confusion began. What is it? What is it? What is the confusion? What is the lack of trust? What is the doubt? The confusion? What is confusion? Lack of commitment. Lack of the character to make the commitment. Lack of courage and confidence. You are a child of the universe. You are a powerful being of light. You are the creative all that is within you. You have the power to be all that you desire and so much more here now. So in that bewilderment are beads. You're wearing a gown of beads. And start taking off each bead. Just start pulling them down the strand, each bead, in groups and clumps, and just pull off the confusion. Underneath that confusion is commitment. Underneath that bewilderment is character. Underneath that indecision and doubt is trust and love and confidence and courage. And you are that. You are the confidence. You are the courage. You are the commitment. You are the willingness to change. You are the willingness to change right here, right now, as you pull the beads and you just let them go. Just let them go. Just let them go. And now, standing in front of the waterfall, just very gently touching your fingertips to the fingertips of those outstretched palms in front of you. You can no longer see the guides. You can no longer see the guides. Just the palm of the hand open. And you put your fingers on top of their fingers. And you let them guide you, naked, vulnerable, into the waterfall. Into the waterfall. Just relax and take a deep breath. Just relax. I move forward one step at a time. I move forward one step at a time. I am guided and directed in right action. My life is a beautiful expression of pure spirit. I am filled with the strength and vitality to follow through with my path right here, right now. And the waterfall cleanses you. The waterfall cleanses you and puts you back in a space and time where you have direction, where you feel the direction to take one step at a time, but a clear, defined direction of knowing who you are and why you're here. And you're making this passage, and you're coming out of this. You're coming out the other side, and the sun is shining brightly, and the sky is blue, so blue, so blue. Beautiful blue skies, beautiful meadows, beautiful meadows. You turn around, and you gaze behind you, and you see the waterfall. You feel so cleansed, so free. All around you are wonderful totem animals. There's a message for you from a wolf or a fox. You see a wolf or a fox, whichever one you see. There's a message from the fox or the wolf. And again,
Okay, welcome back. So that was clearing confusion, and we're working with the defining series. We're defining ourselves, and one of the definitions that we're making is a sense of certainty. So we're working with resistance and fear. We're working with, the battle of our own battlefield. So we want to become more of a catalyst. We want to be more than an inspiration. We want to be an initiator. That's when we worked with the initiation series. Well, we've initiated, and now we're going to work with defining ourselves, and that's what we've been working with for the last 3 weeks. So this week we're working with certainty, and we just did a brilliant meditation that allowed us to clear confusion. So every week I like to say our affirmations, and I like to do a quote. So let's go ahead and look at this week's quote. Okay. The one unchangeable certainty is that nothing is unchangeable or certain. John F. Kennedy. All right, so that's interesting, John F. Kennedy, because it certainly was a changeable experience of him if you were like myself there in his early years, and then as he was assassinated, and then what came up later about him, and how his presidency was different in the historical sense than it was in the being a part of it and examining it from that end. So it's interesting because it kind of redefined itself, and that's what we're doing this in this series, is we're redefining ourselves. This is the defining series, defining what matters. And so in that quote, if we want to look at that quote again, we're looking at uncertainty that is certain. And that's when we're talking about certainty this week, we're talking about being certain of the one thing of change, because change is certain. And that's very exciting because we can make changes. And this is the first time in the history of the planet, this is the first time in the history of humankind where we are evolving consciously. And remember, that's very, very, very exciting because it's giving you a choice. Not only have our religions taught us, and the Bible tells us that God gave us free will, well, what does that mean? Well, it means choice. And we're making a choice now. This here in Reader's Room is a community of choice, and we're making a choice to create peace on this planet in our lifetime. So where are your fears? Let's look at what we're afraid of, what we make real, what we make so real that we forget that we're powerful, what we make so real that we give our power away, because that's what's going to stop us from moving through this shift, from making the shift into a new dimension as we are moving from a third dimensional reality into a fifth dimensional reality. And you know, it's so great because we're doing it together. So let's go ahead and say this week's affirmations again. I see with love and tenderness. I love and approve of myself right now. I clearly see that I am safe in the here and now. I look forward to every moment with enthusiasm. All right, so that was good because I'm already feeling more enthusiastic, and I know that you're already feeling more enthusiastic. And I want to talk to you a little bit now about what you're afraid of, because I know what's coming up for me, you know, and I've said this before, we're doing this work together. I'm working on learning more about myself so that I can be clearer, so that as each day I can stay awake with a kind of clarity that feels safe, that feels secure, feeling happy, feeling at peace. I know what that feels like. I know what spontaneous happiness feels like. I know what spontaneous peace feels like. I know what spontaneous gratitude feels like. Gratitude is the most wonderful ointment because it takes us out of self-pity. And what does self-pity do? Self-pity puts us to sleep. So we know that. So now, do you love and approve of yourself right now? When you say these affirmations, I want you to ask yourself that. Do you clearly see that you are safe in the here and now? And do you look forward to every moment with enthusiasm? That's what you're going to work on, because this is true about the world. We know it through physics, through metaphysics, that the unchangeable is certain. And that means that we are constantly changing. We are constantly changing, and that we can now direct that change free from doubt or reservation. We can feel confident. You know, we can move into a sense of surety and know that we are safe. We can feel destined and knowing with, you know, with those dreams and those desires what it is that we choose to create, and that is inevitable. You can see with love and tenderness. You can see with love and tenderness, you know, that's a good one for me because I'm looking at vision. You know, what is the vision that I see? Because, you know, I created for myself an aging crisis. What was that about? That's where my fears showed up. And they showed up in a really big way because they started to create physical dis-ease. Well, you know, that's the first thing that we make real. When something happens in the physical world, we believe it. We believe it more than we believe anything else. And so let's talk about that. I'm going to get ready to do a radio show. We're going to have it on the air, on the internet, so that we can talk to everyone and we can talk about those things that scare us so that we can create feeling safe, so that we can redefine ourselves in this defining series, and we can look at what we used to think was inevitable and know that because we're powerful creators, because we create our own reality, that we can create reality easily and effortlessly in a way that feels good to ourselves, to our family, to our friends. And that it doesn't have to be that your dream is going to interfere with my dream. It doesn't have to be that your good has to interfere with my good, but our goods can work together. And that's what we're choosing here in Reader's Room, as this is a community of choice where we're creating peace on this planet in our lifetime. And how do we do that? We ask to come from unconditional love without motive or attachment for the divine good of all. Unconditional love without motive or attachment for the divine good of all. So that we're all safe, we all come from a place of peace and abundance and ever-flowing love that never, 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 never ends. It's infinite. The love of the universal all that is infinite, and you are a part of that. You are a part of all that is, and that's the most exciting thing that there is. So I'm Rita. This is my room. I love you, and I'll see you next time.
And the fear